Welcome back to my curry workshop. Today I'm going to be cooking for you a BIR style Draig Madras. Draig Madras spice blend is a full-bodied blend created by Derbydave for one of his Welsh customers. It has depth, a little bit of fire and a lot of magic. On my channel I've also recorded an authentic tutorial for Draig Madras. Please see link below. In our house we like lots of vegetables in our curries, so I'm going to be adding into the dish today boiled potatoes, charred bell peppers. I'll be using red today, couldn't get hold of any green, and charred petals of onion. Okay, without any further ado, let's have a look at the ingredients. Okay, so for the ingredients, I'll be starting with 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil. I'll be adding in, this is optional, 1 teaspoon of cumin seed and approximately a 5cm piece of cassia bark. Using 1 tablespoon of garlic and ginger paste. I'll be using 1 large raw chicken breast. Now slice it into thinner bite-sized pieces to help speed up the cookery process. To add some crunch and texture, I'll be adding in half a cup, that's approximately 75 grams of finely diced onions. I'll be adding in 3 tablespoons of concentrated tomato paste, diluted with 4 tablespoons of water. Next up will be Derbydave's fantastic Draig Madras spice blend. Bring this up to the camera. Beautiful blend. Love to know what's in there. That's 5 teaspoons of Derbydave's Draig Madras spice blend. I'll be using up to 300 millilitres of my 1 cup micro-based gravy. Links below to my micro-based gravy series. For sweetness, I'll be adding in 3 teaspoons of honey, and I'll be adding in 5 tablespoons of finely chopped coriander. So they're the main ingredients. For the optional ingredients, I have 2 medium potatoes, peeled and cut into bite-sized pieces. They're pre-cut. 2 onions. These were small to medium-sized onions. So peeled, cut into quarters, and then, I'll just demonstrate here, and then separate the petals out, one at a time. Then any small pieces that are left, you can just dice up. And we'll add those in with the diced onions early on in the dish. So the next ingredient is 2 bell peppers, cut into approximately 2 to 3 centimetre piece squares. And add those into my little bowl. Key part of Indian cookery is not to waste anything. So what I'm going to do with the top and the bottom of the pepper, I'm just going to dice them up and add them in at the start of the dish just to add that extra layer of flavour. Next up, a 3 centimetre piece of ginger. I'm going to grate this into the dish at the end. We're using 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, 1/4 teaspoon of garam masala, and salt to taste. Okay, let's get cooking. Got my 2 gas burners on. We're cooking the curry in the aluminium pan, and in this pan I'll be charring off the peppers and onions. First of all, I'm going to get the onions and the peppers underway. So dry pan, medium low temperature, and just leave those to char away. Okay, so into the aluminium pan, I'm going to go in with 4 tablespoons of oil. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll let that come through to temperature. And keep that on a low to medium temperature as well. Seeds, so it's up to temperature, so in I go. Cumin seeds and the cassia bark. Give that a stir. And we'll just allow the aromatics to infuse the oil for 30 to 40 seconds before we go in with the garlic ginger paste. Okay, we're going to get ready for the splatter a bit now, which is the garlic and ginger paste going in. So I'm just going to turn the temperature down. And then as soon as the garlic and ginger paste in, if it spits a lot, to take it off the heat and just stir it in. So in with the garlic and ginger paste. Stir it around until the sizzling subsides. The sizzling subsiding now. So I'm going to go in with the chicken. So I'll thinly slice the chicken. That's help with the cookery process. And stir it into the oil. The main reason I'm using raw chicken, you get the chicken juices, and chicken juices contain flavour. Now I'm going to allow it to cook for about 5 minutes until it's white on all sides. So let's see how the onions are getting on. Spit 1 or 2 out. See they're starting to char nicely. So I'm going to take those out. Place those to one side. And we'll repeat the process with the peppers. In they go. Low to medium heat. And we'll just let those char away. Back to the chicken. A stir. Turn the heat down a little. So, happy with the chicken now. So the next ingredient is half a cup of finely diced onions. This is for texture. Follow that straight in with the tomato paste. And stir in. Now leave that to cook for about a minute to cook out some of the rawness. Have a look at the peppers. Happy with those, charring away nicely. So I'm going to take those off the heat and again place to one side. We'll add them to the dish later. And the tomatoes have been cooking now for about a minute. Give them a little stir. At this point I'm going to go in with the spices. In they go. Stir them in. And I'll just let that cook for 30 to 40 seconds before adding in the base gravy. I'm going to go in with half a ladle of my 1 cup base gravy. Stir it in, deglaze the pan. Let that cook out for a minute, and then we'll go in with a full ladle. Now, omission time. I forgot to put in the leftover diced peppers and onions. I'm going to put those in now to make a little space. Should have gone in early with the other diced onions. Stir those in. Turn the heat up slightly. I'm going to go in with one full ladle of base gravy. Around the sides. Stir it in. Deglaze. And then I'm going to leave to cook for a minute, maybe a minute 30, to allow the onion to start to caramelise to the pan and for the moisture to cook out. And to get some nice caramelisation, stir that around. Yeah, nice. There we go, ladle number 2. Repeat the process, stir in, deglaze, and then leave for a minute to 2 minutes. Looking nice. At this point, you've got options. I like my curries to have a lot of sauce or gravy. So I'm going to go in with more base gravy. I'm probably going to use all of the 500 millilitres. There we go. Number 3. A bit of stir, deglaze the pan. Probably notice I use a spatula, a lot less noise than the metal spoon. Just a bit harder to deglaze the pan. Again, we'll just leave it to cook for another minute. Yeah, it's cooking away nicely. At this point, I want to go in with the remainder of my 1 cup base gravy. Stir it in, deglaze the pan. The other thing I advise you to do as you go is keep cleaning. The gravy's cooking away now, so I'm going to leave it a little longer because I did put a lot in one go there. And then what I'm looking for are lots of little craters, which we're starting to get. That's the moisture bubbling out, and the oil separating and floating on the surface of the dish. So I'm going to leave that to cook for probably another minute. We'll stir it all in, and then we'll add in the optional and final ingredients. I'm just going to have a little poke around, check nothing's burning. Nice caramelisation on the bottom there. So at this point, I'm going to give it a final stir. And add in a splash of water to relax the consistency of the gravy. Next ingredient for me is honey for sweetness. You can use sugar. So I'm going to add in 3 teaspoons, which I'm going to do by eye. 1, 2, 3, 5 tablespoons of coriander. Seems a lot, but it's perfect for this dish. 3, 4, and 5. And the temperature down slightly. Stir it all together. If you're not a big fan of coriander, either leave it all out or just put in less. Trying to stick as close as possible to Dave's authentic recipe for Draig Madras. Oh, that's lovely. Look at the colours. Fantastic. So they're all the standard ingredients into the dish. I'm going to have a taste at this point. A little bit of sauce. Looking good. Oh, that's lovely, Dave. Lovely heat coming through. Wow. That is just delicious. In our house, we like lots of peppers and onions and potatoes in our dishes. So that's what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to try to fit them all in this little pan. If that doesn't work, I'm going to transfer into a larger pan. So it will be my tip at this point. Just get a normal pan out of your cupboard. Okay, so earlier on, we charred some peppers and some onions. We'll put those in. A teaspoon of lemon juice. I'm just going to stir these in at this point. Nice and slowly. Make sure everything's coated. That is looking rather good. Pop in the potatoes. Cut these through to about 90%. Stir those in. Just going to add a little bit more hot water to help adjust the consistency. Stir it all together. Protein's normally your most expensive item in a dish. So the addition of vegetables not only help give you 5 a day, really help to create a good value meal and also pad out the dish. Final 2 ingredients, I'm going in with a 1/4 of a teaspoon of garam masala. And finally, I'm going to add in some freshly grated ginger, approximately 3 centimetre piece. Just use my grater. Careful with your fingers and just grate directly into the dish. Do an extra flavour dimension. Okay, we'll stir all that in now. Nice and carefully. Bring it up to the camera. Happy with the seasoning. I don't need to add any more salt or salt in the base gravy. Next task is to double check the chicken's cooked. I fish out one of the larger pieces of chicken. What we'll do, bring it up to the camera. Do this with my fingers, break the chicken in 2. Have a look in the middle. And if it's all nice and white, it's good to go. Any sign of pink, back in the pan and cook for another few minutes until it's white and moist. And that is lovely and moist. We're done. Heat off. That looks divine. There we go. Sprinkle on a little more coriander. And up to the camera. Wow, that looks so good. Peppers, onions, potatoes, chicken, Draig Madras powder. This is going to be a delight. Time for a taste. Piece of chicken, charred onion, charred pepper. In we go. Oh wow. Overly crunchy texture from the charred onions, or the pepper, the heat of the Draig Madras coming through. That is shashlik-esque. That is really nice. I just love potato in a curry. What a fantastic spice blend from Derbydave. That is amazing. Delish. What a fantastic dish. Draig Madras with charred red peppers and onions. It's just delightful. Quite a dry consistency, so if you do like more gravy, do two things. Add in some more hot water, stir it in, that'll loosen everything up, and potentially leave out the potatoes. The starch can thicken up the sauce. So there you have it, Derbydave's BIR style Draig Madras. What a dish, what a delight. If you don't have any in, get online, get some ordered. It's fantastic stuff, it's a shame to miss out. So if you like my video today, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.